Southside to uptown, the city is back, cause we are home. I know you see the sun in the map. Yeah, we are home. Yeah, cause we been on the map. You could better stack one that I put my city on my back. Man, I swear these niggas lying if they say my city down. You could better stack one that I put my city on my back. I'ma do it for my Wizards again. We going all the way this year. What?
What's good, Wiz Nation, Wiz fans? What is good? Y'all know who it is. It's your boy, Camingo. What a bad week we had. We had another bad week. We barely beat Detroit, and 2 heartbreaking losses to the Hawks back to back, and of course we got smashed by Philly. That was pretty much expected. But we're gonna talk about those games, and like I said last time, for the rest of the year, we're gonna check out the standings because we're like 4 weeks away to the playoffs. But let's get started. Let's start with Detroit. That game, I was very disappointed on how we played for majority of the first half, because we were pretty much down almost the whole game. Because I'm like, what is going on? Because y'all had me scared. But luckily, that third quarter, that was our best quarter, because we led by 8, third and the fourth quarter. But fourth quarter, we were going to put away, blow them out. But that didn't happen. Jaden, that rookie Ivy, who I thought, in my opinion, was going to be the rookie of the year, he was killing us. Wherever he drove to the basket, that mid-range jump shot, long range, I said, this kid has it all. I said, this kid can be a star in the league in the future. But at the end, thank you, Daniel Gaffer. Thank you. He saved us. Thank you, Gaffer. Because the game was part when Porzingis, he fouled out. But luckily, Beal tied up. And we got the stop that we needed. We got stopped. And coach had no timeout. And Beal, I'm like, oh God, he's going to at the end. But he missed it. But luckily, Gaffer, he was right there, right time, put back, ball game, at the buzzer, game over. Well, let's get to these numbers real quick for Detroit. Beal, game high, 32 points, like I always say. Bradley Beal does what? Bradley Beal things. 32 points, 14-21 shooting, 7 boards, 7 assists, and 4 turnovers. Porzingis was good, 24 points, 8-15, 7 boards. He did foul out though. Kuz had a good game, but not good shooting though. 9-20, he did finish 23 points. But the guy who saved our life was Corey Kispert. He had 16 points, missed 1 shot, was 4 or 5 on 3. So I'll say Kispert, he's been balling. He's been balling. We're gonna get to him later on. And Gavin, who the game winner, he had 8 points, 7 boards, and that last board was the best, but the biggest one. And the big 3 combined for, let me do the math here, combined for 40, 32, that's 50, 32, 24, 56, 79 points, the big 3. Like, when we get that points, 7 points from big 3, you're going to win most of the time. When we get to the big down, we're going to Hawks later on. For Detroit, like I mentioned, that kid Ivy, he had 26 points, 12 assists, 9-20 shooting, because most points came at the foul line. But look at Detroit. They had nobody. They had no Jalen Duren, no Killian Hayes, Bogdanovich, Alex Burrs, Kay Cunningham, and we won by 2. And Isaiah Stewart, and we barely escaped. Like, that is kind of unacceptable. I mean, no, that is very unacceptable. Excuse me. So, but look at the numbers here. We shot the ball well, shot 50%, which you should do to a bad thing to Detroit. But they shot 51%, which is really bad defense. We made our threes, 12-25. That's 40%, which is really good. Detroit was 13-30. Remember, I told you they're making threes early on in that first half. The rebounds, we were plus 7 on the boards. We did turn the ball over 14 times, though. That was a problem, though. But we're going to talk, since this is new to me, since we played the Hawks twice in our house. I kind of like this these mini series we play at same team in same building. Cause in the past, it's always like you play on the road and then you play one at home. But I kind of like this little mini series because it's like a playoff game where it's like game 1 and 2 you're playing your house, and game 3 and 4 in the playoffs. It's kind of like that, but we're gonna combine the two together. So the first quarter in both games, the first meeting, the Hawks got to a good start. It was Trae Young who got the door. Second game, it was Monte Morris who came for injury in that game. He got the Wizards going. I was surprised though. He got a start though. Second quarter, it was and first meeting it was the Wizards who were in control because we were attacking almost the entire second quarter. As for the Hawks, we were up for majority of the first half until they took over, and then they made a fierce run to end the half. Same thing we did. We made the run to end the half. But the key thing in both meetings was the third quarter happened. Because that first meeting we were up 15. It looked like we were ready to pull away and blow these guys out. But they ended the quarter on like a 16-0 run going into some big run, 16-0 something like that going into the fourth quarter. But the second meeting, then we were up 2 with 6 minutes to go, whatever it was, and they went on like a 20-something to 6 run to end the quarter. So both meeting third quarter, the Hawks going to run. That was the difference right there. Fourth quarter, that first meeting, oh my God, it was back and forth. And KP going off. He was going off. We'll get to the numbers in a moment. Second meeting, looked like the Hawks, they were getting ready to pull away, and they're up 13 points, and we kind of cut a 6 and got back to 12, and we fought back. And we're gonna get to these last 2 minutes in both meetings. The first meeting, I think we were down, but there's one play. I think Beal tied up, and the league came back that said Beal fouled Hunter on the floor, and they called it, the ref called it and one. That was not an and one. That was not continuation. He fouled on the floor. It should have been ball. I think it was ball on the, I can't remember what it was, ball on the side or 2 shots, something like that. If it was ball on the floor, we probably had a chance. And the second one, then he got fouled by Trae Young when he hit him right in the shoulder or arm, and didn't call it. And that was pretty much the ball in there. And then Bill, he got called for a travel in at the end, and that was the end of it. And second meeting, I think we were down 2, and then who else? He came out, and Trae Young just said, you know what? Pull from 30 feet, splash, dagger. So, and then I think we were down 3 with like less than 24 seconds to go. And Trae made 1 or 2 free throws, and Bill decided to tap the basket, which I agree. We was do with 12 seconds left, attack, and God dang it, he missed. I'm like, dude. People's like, why you go for 3? What are you supposed to do when you're down 3 with 12 seconds to go? You attack. You don't go for a quick 3. Every time you go for a 3 is when less than 10 seconds to go. That's when you go for a 3. But that was it. Let's get to these numbers. Let's go to the first meeting real quick. For Wizards, Porzingis, career high. It was wasted. Career high, 43 points, 17-20 shooting, 7-10 from 3, 5 boards, 5 assists. Kuzma had 25 points, 10-15 shooting, 10 boards, 6 assists. Beal had 24, 8-19 shooting, it was an okay shooting night. 8 assists. So the big 3 combined for him. They combined for 92 points. I'm like, if you got 92 points, you should win. You should win the game if you combine for 92 points. And there was no help from the others. No help from DeLon Wright. No help from Gaffer. Kisper had 10 points. No help from Denny Adia. Monte, who just came out for injury. So basically, the big 3 doing all by himself. Trae Young, that first man had a good game. He couldn't miss. He had 28 points, 11 of 14 shooting, 10 assists, 5 turnovers. As for these numbers here, we shot 56%. Hawks are not a good defensive team, by the way. Both teams were 12 of 29 from three. We were plus in the boards, 39 to 36. And look at this, we had 34 assists on 47 made shots, which is pretty good. You should win. That was a waste of opportunity there. You should win it. We get 34 assists with 47 made shots. But turnovers killed us again. 17 of them. You can't turn the ball against this Hawks team. First meeting when we won the game, we had like 7 or 8, which was good. If they turn the ball against the Hawks, they will make it pay transition or transition threes. For second meeting, the numbers here. Beal at 27 points, 11 for shooting, 6 boards, 5 assists. Porzingis 22, 9. Kuzma has 17 and 5. Gaffer he was solid, 13 and 8, which I like. Morris, who came back, who had 6 points, 8 assists, 3 turnovers, and 2 steals. DeLon Wright had 10 points, 5 assists, 3 steals. But Trae Young did it again, 28 points again. But he was not shooting, but the threes. He was 6 of 10 from 3, 9 assists. And both teams kind of shot the ball well. We shot 40%, Hawks 44%, but 3 ball in that game. 7 of 27, that's 25%. While Hawks were 15-31. That really killed us right there. Hawks were plus 3 on the board, 46 to 43, but they had 13 offensive rebounds. Turnovers were even at 14. You turn get the Hawks at least, I say 13, 14 times or more, you're going to lose the Hawks. As for Philly, I don't want to get to Philly that much. We just didn't have enough. Like, it was one of those nights where it wasn't our night. That's what it was. We competed. We competed though for the first half and a little bit in the third quarter. But one guy who showed up in that game was Corey Kispert. Tied career high, 25 points, 9-13 shooting, 37 from 3. He's the one who showed up. But look at this. Beal, Kuzma, and Porzingis had 13 or less. Beal had 13, Kuz had 12, Porzingis had 9. You're not gonna win. You're not gonna win with that. It was one of those nights where the big three, you know what I'm saying. It happens. They're human, so But I'm gonna get to how Corey Kispert. He has been balling. Ever since that Detroit game, he's been a different person. I can tell him that Detroit game, just keep shooting. That Philly game, he was doing everything. He was passing, cutting, that dunk. I'm like, ooh, Corey Kispert, I knew you had that in you. I'm like, well, it is March though. He does ball out every second in a row. He's been balling out in March, so it's March Madness though. So he been doing this since in college. March, that's his month. So as for the standings, we're gonna take this name. Actually, we're gonna get them later on. We're gonna take a quick break. We're gonna look at the standings later on because we're 4 weeks away from the playoffs. So stay tuned.
Here's Brad, 3 seconds to go. Brad with the floater. No, but Gafford is there for the putback as the Wizards come on the road and get a win in Motown. Daniel Gafford with the offensive putback and victory.
And I'll tell you what, it's always that unsung hero that doesn't have the best offensive game, not the best rebounding game, but come in and make a play like that.
We're back, y'all. We are back. And just like I said, we're going to do this for the rest of the season. We're going to call this segment The Road to the Playoffs. Okay, y'all, let's check out these standings. First up, like we do like last time, we're going to start with the Eastern Conference. Now, I think the 6 teams are set. We know it's going to be Milwaukee, Boston, Philly, Cleveland, Brooklyn, and New York. I think those are going to be the 6 teams going to be locked in the playoffs. And we know Boston is 1.5 behind Milwaukee for the 1 seed. I still think Milwaukee gonna hang on to that 1 spot, and who knows? Way Philly playing, they may get number 2. We have to see, because I think if Boston and Philly meet them in the second round sometime, I think home court is gonna decide who goes to the East Conference Final. But we see in years past, home court means nothing. Look at Milwaukee. Cause I remember when Milwaukee had a shot to get the conference last year, had a chance to win 2 games and fail. So same with Phoenix. They're a 1 seed. They're not gonna beat Dallas game 7. They got shellacked in game 7. So getting home court, I think this playoffs it means nothing. It's all about. I think this year is who plays the best. Whoever plays the best has a chance to win a championship. Now I think Cleveland is gonna get 4. They're gonna get home court advantage. They're gonna play either Brooklyn or New York in the first round. I want to play New York in the first round. I don't want to see that matchup. Because if they play Brooklyn, they're gonna beat Brooklyn like a drum. Probably in 5 games. I think Brooklyn's gonna get 1 game. And if they're gonna play out, they're gonna get a game. They ain't gonna win 2. But I want to see them play New York. Now I think Miami. I think they're gonna be locked in that 7th seed right now. And who knows? The Hawks. I think they're gonna be number 8. But 9 and 10 is wide open. It's a 14 race between the Raptors, the Bulls, the Pacers, and the Wizards. 2 of them are gonna be in, and 2 are gonna be out. As some of you Wizards fans, I know some are saying it's over, it's a wrap after losing 3 straight. It look at standings, it's not over. I know y'all back saying let's tank to get a good draft pick, but we're still in the running because I think our best spot is to get 9. Luckily, we could get, who knows, if Wiz can get hot, we might get 8. But you never know. Because these teams lately are a little bit slack. They're not taking these games kind of seriously. It's just like, you know what, I'm bored. I want the playoffs to start right now. You know what I'm saying? But, like I said, Toronto, Chicago, Indy, and Washington, it's a 4-team race to who gets 9 and 10. So you got 4 weeks left, so we'll see what happens. Now for the West, I still don't think no one's catching Denver for number 1. I think they got number 1 seed all locked in. And big shout out to the Sacramento Kings. They're still hanging in there. Cause people thought when the All-Star break was ended, people like, they're going to fall like a drum. They're going to fall off to the play-in tournament. But they're still hanging around. They're number 2 in the West. Well, they're tied for second. They're tied with Memphis, who's still fighting without John Morant. And I still think if Memphis keep hanging there, I think they'll hang on to that 3rd spot. And Phoenix could get number 4. You see Phoenix last week when KD got hurt. I think it was a woman. It was just shooting around for the game, and he slipped and hurt his ankle. And he's out for the rest of not the season, but the regular season. He'll be back to the playoffs because he was supposed to make his return, and that was about his home debut. And then this happens. He was balling first 3 games in Phoenix, and then this happens. That's sad. And I still think the 5 and 6 is gonna be the Clippers or Warriors. And the Warriors, they are screwing up, man. How y'all good at home, but terrible on the road? Y'all are 28 and 7 at home, but 7 and 20 in a row. You won 7 road games all season, all year, and you call yourself a playoff team. I think if you ever play in the playoffs, I think you're getting bounced. You're getting bounced out the first round because 7 road wins is not gonna win you nothing in the playoffs. Period. But the home, I know the home is good, but the road, unacceptable. So they can still get 5. Clippers. They've been up and down a bit, but it's gonna be team Clippers or Warriors who gets the 5 seed matchup. Now 7 through 10, I'm like, whew, it's like musical chairs. Right now, Timberwolves are tied with the Mavs for 7. So that would be a good matchup. If Timberwolves and Mavs play each other in the play-in tournament, that'd be fun. And winner will play Sacramento or Memphis. You know, they're 5 for 2 in the first round. Now the Lakers, they're number 9. Let me see. Let me refresh it with. Actually, no, they're number 11. Excuse me, they're number 11. I had to refresh it. They're number 11. The Jazz are 9 and the Thunder are 10. It's a 4-way tie between the Jazz, the Thunder, Lakers, and Pelicans. Who gets that last spot? And to be important they were in the race, but I don't think they're making it. I don't think they're not gonna make playoffs this year. But even though Dame is still Dame, he can fight all he wants. But I think it's gonna be too little, too late for him. But Pelicans, who knows? Zion has to return. He's got to come. He's got to come back. So I still think if Zion doesn't come back, then I think they are big. Cause think about that. They were a 3 seed in January, like early January, and then when Zion got hurt, it went downhill ever since. And they're number 12, from 3 to 12. That's a huge drop off, especially in the Western Conference. So it's gonna be interesting who gets the last spot. It's gonna be I think it's gonna be the Jazz, Thunder, and Lakers. Who's gonna be the last one? Who's gonna be the only team gonna left off? But the way LA's playing, they are playing great right now. They are playing great basketball. I gotta be honest. Even without LeBron James. So it remains to be seen, y'all. We'll see what happens this coming week. So as for Wizards coming up this week, we got the Pistons, we got the Cavaliers, and the Kings. As for the Kings, I will be in the building for that Kings game on Saturday night. I'm there, and it's Butler bobblehead night, and hopefully we will not hear the three words for Kings fans that I know we've been playing great. We don't hear the words "light the beam." We do not want them to light the beam on Saturday night. Prime time, not prime time, but you know what I'm saying. But Saturday night, don't want to hear it. Want to hear light the beam, light the beam, light. I'm like, no, y'all didn't like the beam first time we played y'all, because we ain't got your asses whooped last time. We were up by 30 points and went about like 15, 17, wherever it was. So we shall see. As Wiz fans, it's not over yet. Stay in the fight. Just stay in competitive mode. So, yeah. That's everybody. Thank y'all for watching. Y'all know the deal. Follow me on Twitter at Kemingo. Send me on Instagram. My Wiz page, Twitter at Wiz_Nation. Instagram, Nation_Wiz. Thank y'all. Peace.